Hello, Doug Burns here, joined by Ryan Hale, coming to you from the hookup in Milford, Iowa. Fall is definitely in the air today. Water temperatures are dropping quickly. We went from 65 to sub 60 in about 3 days. That generally really triggers the bite. What I've been seeing on East Okoboji, Ryan, is a lot of quality pike.
Oh yeah, bite over there is good.
Been trolling for walleye and pike combinations. Flicker minnows have been extremely good for both. And since that water temperature has dropped, and this may be counterintuitive to a lot of people, but as that water temperature has dropped, my speed has gone up. Don't get caught up in that. Slow down with the cooler water. I've gone from 1.7, 1.8 to almost 2.8.
And you're burning them then.
That's triggering the bites, especially those pike, and the average size is much better than normal. Usually you have to deal with a lot of those little hammer handles, but we've been seeing some healthy pike. No giants like you get up in North Dakota, Minnesota, Canada, but a lot of 33 to 36, 38 inch pike. So
those are nice fish.
Might not hurt to put a little tieable wire in front of your lures. We went through 3 yesterday. Still landed some fish, but the walleye are still a little iffy. The colder the day, the windier the day, it seems to be the walleye cooperate a little bit more. What do you got going these days? You been out?
I have, Doug. So here's the interesting thing is the river fishing is starting to pick up. Little Sioux River, all these little local rivers around here, but that Little Sioux River kicks out such nice walleyes every fall, every spring, and guys are fishing the river. Kyle Ritchie, he was down there both Saturday and Sunday with his boys, and they caught some walleyes. They even have smallmouth out of Little Sioux, Doug. So I went and tried it Monday at the river. All I caught was 2 catfish. But again, these water temperatures drop. Look for those walleyes in the holes on the river. Anywhere you know where there's holes, they're going to stage there.
It's about the only thing that's got water in them right now.
Yeah,
is the holes.
Yep, the holes. So for the river fishing, I think you're going to see some really nice fish start to get caught here in the next few weeks.
Just a little ask if I can. As fall goes, they get bunched in those holes.
Yes.
Be kind to them.
Yes.
Don't beat that up. Take a fish or two if you want a dinner, but you don't have to load your freezer up, because boy, you can really put a damage on that system, especially one that's in that low water and a little unstable at this point. Go have some fun, catch a bunch of fish.
Yep.
Just, you don't have to feed your whole neighborhood with them.
No, because you can keep 5 out of the river.
Right.
So you do that a few days in a row,
and you tell your buddy, and he does it a
Yep.
few days in a row. So be nice about it. That's all we're asking.
Yep. Most outdoorsmen are conservative,
Yeah.
and they know. We got rain coming, Doug. Let's fill things back up.
There you boy, that'd be nice. Have you been? What can we expect for? Still, some people want some panfish. What can we expect on East and West Okoboji for that?
Pan fishing's good. I actually fished through some baits yesterday on West, Doug, and I was looking down in those weeds, and it's just stacked right now with perch and bluegills. There's still some out deep. East is incredible right now. Yellows, crappies, bluegills. There is some perch being caught on West and Spirit. So it's just a great time of year to be out on the water.
So how deep on West would you be looking? What kind of weeds you looking at?
I had 6 to 8 foot. Those perch are in the weeds.
Okay.
Levi that works for us, he was on a dock here a couple of weeks ago, and they had over 80 of them from the dock. Kept 25, but yeah, good fishing right now.
Okay.
I threw this new Berkeley Stunna. This is the new hot jerk bait for 21-22. Now, you said you haven't thrown it yet, Doug?
I have not. Designed by Hank Cherry, 2-time back-to-back classic winner.
And I believe you won it off this lure this year, right?
Yep.
A combination. This was a part of the plan anyway. But boy, it looked nice in the water.
I will have to get some, because I was on Spirit yesterday, and we're still a little warm.
Yes.
I figure jerkbait water, prime jerkbait water doesn't start till I get around 52, 53 degrees.
Yep.
It was still 57, 58 degrees up there, but I caught a couple on jerkbaits and I had a couple of followers. Now, I fish jerkbaits a lot, Ryan.
Yep.
I love it. One thing you're going to want to know and really pay attention to is sometimes changing your style of jerkbait, even your size, going from a 90 to a 110, along with changing up your cadence, can make all the difference between follows and bites. So have a variety of jerkbaits with you. Don't get stuck having just one type of jerkbait, because to the naked eye, to you and I, it always looks like they're darting, working side to side. But to a fish, there can be a little difference in flash, even a difference in rattle.
Sure.
Some of them are a lot quieter. As we move later into fall and the fish drop off of these shallow flats that they're on right now, I caught my fish all in 6 to 8 feet yesterday. But they're going to drop into some of these deeper rocks. Then you're going to want to get a deeper bait down there, a jerk bait that'll get down to that 8, 10 feet.
Yep.
So you got to have a nice variety of them. Right now, the little shallow shadow wrap only dives 2 feet, 3 feet on a jerk pause is a good bait.
3 to 6 on the
Three
stunner.
to 6 on the stunner.
Got cutters.
The cutter, that's what I caught fish on yesterday, cutters and rapalas. But I had to play with which one until I found the right size. So we're also moving into hunting season.
Yeah, so fall's just such a great time of year. I mean, we can fish, we can hunt. We got waterfowl seasons going now. We got both early muzzleloader and bow going for deer. This Saturday is open for the youth pheasant. So Saturday, Sunday, you can take a youth out, 16 and lower, or is it 15 and lower? One of the other. Maybe it's 15 and under. They get to shoot one rooster each day. And we do have some 20 gauge steel shot left. If any of the young hunters are using a 20 gauge and they need steel, we have some of that left.
Now this low water that we have even affects pheasants.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, they got to be by their food source, cover, and water.
Right.
Got to
So,
have it.
so you got to, if you're used to hunting some of these bigger prairie lands, public grounds, look for ones that still have some water
Sure.
in there as opposed to ones that are just all dried up. So
Yeah.
you might have to do a little research, a little driving around and find some water. If it's got a creek running through it, great.
Yep.
But they still need moisture. They
Yes.
can't get it all from dew.
Nope.
So that's one of the things you want to look for when you're out scouting for roosters. I have a good friend that drives the FedEx route.
Oh, yeah, so he sees birds.
He says they are just thick out
Yep.
there this
Yep.
year. There's going to be a lot of birds to be had, and with no corn left, doesn't look like that opening weekend could be too much of a slaughter actually, but it should be a great youth hunt.
Yep.
Because the corn's out mostly. So
And then the pheasant opener for the adults will open up Saturday, October 30th. Along with that, we're going to do our annual long tail feather contest again down here. So bring in your tail feather, we'll measure them. If you win, you get a $25 gift card.
nice.
Yep. So, we had several entries last year. It's a good thing. It was nice. A young man won it last year, so that was great. And we have a big sale going on now, Doug. We got 20% off all of our Hunter Orange, 20% off decoys, 20% off all of our blinds, and 20% off our waders. So if you need any of those items, come down. We got a big sale going.
That wader fishing
Oh yeah.
in fall, some of our biggest walleye of the year come from now till ice up for people fishing out of waders.
You've seen all the the wader fishermen are doing great right now.
Yeah.
I mean, doing
Yeah.
great. So,
And a lot of them are throwing
Yep.
these jerkbait type
Jerkbaits,
things,
yep.
along with a big paddle tail.
Yep.
We got a nice supply of paddle tails back there from Reaction Innovations. We have paddle tails, and we have the ripple shads.
Ripple shads.
Those are
Yep.
both of those are very popular here.
Yep.
You want something that thumps, and you want to reel that bait fast enough to feel it thump.
Yep.
If you
Yep.
can't feel it thump, and you also want to put that bait on a heavy enough jig head, so when you pause that reel, because sometimes that's the trick. A steady reel, then you pause it a little bit. If you're not fishing a heavy enough jig head to keep that paddle tail thumping when it starts to fall, you won't trigger that strike. If it goes dead and you can't still feel that little thump on the fall, you're not going to get that fish triggered. So that's a big key to know how much weight to throw. With a 3-inch paddle tail, I'm probably going a 3/16 at least. If you get up into the 4 and 5-inch paddle tails, I'm throwing 3/8 to a ½ ounce. Okay, I want, like I say, you got to feel that thump on that paddle tail.
Our ice show is going to be November 27th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's on a Saturday. It's a Saturday after Thanksgiving. Lots of in-store specials. We'll have lots of vendors here. If you're looking to upgrade any of your equipment or get new equipment, get started, come down and see us and we'll get you set up with a whole new ice package. So it was well attended last year and we look for even bigger this year.
From the size of the bluegill we saw this year guiding this summer, it should be a phenomenal ice fishing
Should be a
season
great
again.
season.
With all the crappie that we have
Yep.
in the system right now, that's something you folks that want to ice fish want to really look at expanding, getting away from the bluegill a little bit and searching out those crappies on every lake.
Yep.
They've really boomed up on Spirit Lake now too.
Yep. That's
So
fun.
you're going to be able to chase crappie throughout the whole system.
Yep.
And that's a nice addition to our
It is.
lakes.
And then we've got entry forms for our second annual Iowa Ice Classic. That's Saturday, February 5th, 2022. Little Emerson Bay, 10 bluegill limit. We held the tournament last year. We had over 40 teams. It's one-man teams. This year, we're going to expand that to 60 teams, and we've already got entries in. So if you're interested, get a hold of us. We'll get you an entry form and get you entered.
All right, everybody. See you out on the water. Be careful in the field. Make sure you got your orange on when you're out there when it's required. And to you deer hunters, I know Chad Lorth texted me yesterday. He's already got one down.
Awesome.
So the deer are out there. I could have had 3 driving home from Spirit Lake last night with my pickup if I hadn't been paying attention. So when you're driving to and from the lake or the field,
Yes.
be careful because with the corn gone, the deer are moving right now.
Yes, they are.
All right, Ryan. Good to
Thank
see you again,
Doug.
bud.
Yep, thanks, buddy.
Take care.
Thank you.